All right, everyone, and welcome back to Titansgrave, Chapter 2. Last time we left off, our heroes were deep within the caves, um, not far from the town, where they were investigating the disappearance and evidently the fossilization of some of the town's inhabitants. They were ultimately led into a deep cave system where they ended up discovering a little girl and a very giant snake monster. They found that they were under the control of the Chaos Mage, who appeared to be Silverton's brother, and Silverton, with some quick
Some
thinking,
think quicking?
some quick thinking, and even quicker dispel magic castings, was able to get his control off them for a little bit of time, and then, in an amazing and beautifully fitting moment, was able to destroy the artifact binding them to the Chaos Mage, freeing them. However, in so doing, it appeared to summon a large number of these strange amorphous creatures that are attempting to advance upon the party and kill them. And that's where we leave off now, as the party is starting to regroup and attempt to make their escape from this underground compound. All right, Jake, the floor is yours. And also, for those who watch this later, I am also playing double duty as both Charlie and Samson tonight, given Amelia's absence.
And Starvin Goldbuckle has just vanished from the face of the earth, aka he's here but not here.
Who?
For last session and this one.
I don't know who that is.
Darvin Goldbuckle, Jacob,
What?
his character.
Who?
Very funny. Proceeding on, we are at the top of a combat round. With good old Silverton going first here, who's been abandoned, which is fine, I guess.
You told me to do it.
It was intentional.
Indeed. And as we know from previous experience so far, it appears like these critters' skin hardens or something when they consume at least each other. That's all you've seen them eat so far.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it that way, hopefully.
Yeah.
But you're up. Proceed.
I'd prefer not
Definitely.
having to make a new character.
All right. So last time, I believe I finished with reloading my shotgun so that I'd be ready to have fun with them. So let's see here. Yeah, they're both within a 20-foot cone, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use my shotgun twice.
All right.
Plus 5. So the first one is a 16.
Unfortunately, the stats are right here, so I can tell you that hits.
Yay! Alright. And I'll probably use some of those stun points that I got there. Let's just do a setup so I'll get in +2 on the next attack against him.
All right.
So first we'll roll damage. Be 6 bludgeoning damage to each of them.
All right. Wait,
And
bludgeoning
then-
or ballistic? Or was that
Ballistic, sorry.
okay?
Yeah.
Like, hold up, wait a minute.
Ballistic, which is bludgeoning for ranged weapons.
I'm gonna bludgeon you with bullets.
Right. Okay, and then the next attack. That's even better. No stun points though, so it'll just be the 7 damage to each of them. This one.
Okay. So after both shots, this is what their health is looking like afterwards. They're
There
they
we go.
consumed their buddy, and they are very durable as a result. They
Mhm.
don't look like they can absorb that much punishment, but you keep hearing the plinking of your rounds as they sort of ricochet around the cave after impact.
Mhm. Yep. Well, the good news is with this strategy, they at least eat each other and not me. So I'm just gonna stay here where I am, hopefully blocking this tunnel so they can't get behind me, and that'll do.
All right.
Oh yeah, Brett. Before I forget to remind you, don't forget to keep piling up the corpses.
Yes. The most important thing. Ugh. Alright.
To Charlie,
Alright, well.
it is.
Samson is up next.
To begin, can I see up the stairs enough to take a shot, or do I need to move past sticks to take shots at these guys?
Let's see.
Now that you're here, I'm probably going to move over and start assisting my golem. So
Yeah. So this is one of those things where it's like, well, strictly turn-based, you can't go anywhere until he does, which is kind of nasty. But as I said before, this room's, I wanted it to be a little bit bigger than it is, but I'm stuck by the 5-foot grid thing. So for all intents and purposes, you kind of have to stand tall, but you can still make your shot. You can kind of step up sort of behind him and to the right, sort of. So you can just barely reach. If you weren't on the stairs, no.
Alright. Move it past you. Sticks! Move over! Push him to the side. Pull up my rifle, take aim, and take a shot at... actually, let's go to the one behind the one Charlie is currently fighting. And take a shot.
Okay.
that reminds me,
Do it.
during our next short rest, I want to apply harmonics onto your rifle.
That would be very much appreciated. Oh, come on, no stunt points. That's a 16 to hit.
All right, that hits.
And that also qualifies for sneak attack because they are currently next. Or actually, no, they're not next to Charlie. So actually, no. No, it's just regular damage. Maybe I should put them one next to Charlie. Oh well, I'll be fine. That's 9 points of energy damage on that guy.
All right.
And that is going to end Samson's turn for now.
So this one, it hits the... Your shot lands, hits the creature, and blows off one of its front tentacle limbs. So it's only got 2 of them left. It's sort of staggering around like it's going to collapse, but it manages to stay on its 2 legs that it has. Honestly, when I found this character model, it reminded me of Alien Planet. It was made by the Discovery Channel, I believe, after Animal Planet. Check it out. It's been pirated to YouTube somewhere. Alien Planet. All the creatures, like, they don't have front limbs, but it looks like they should, or they have both their sets of legs have fused together. So some really interesting creatures.
Hmm.
All right, but that is Samson done. I believe it is Styx's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am, as I said, I'm going to go assist my golem a bit here. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to keep concentrating and make sure that Charlie is still receiving my spell. So that means I still can't use any other concentration class spells.
Okay.
I used a chromatic orb last round and a beast totem. So I've got 2 second level and 3 first level spell slots. Oh yeah, I also have a pistol. Did I note if I had a laser pistol or a regular pistol? Sorry, my sheet is loading. I have an energy pistol.
It's not bad for this fight.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to try throwing a spell or use an energy pistol.
Use the pistol.
Okay, I'll use the pistol. Save some of my spell slots for later.
Oh, I remember what the dot was. Charlie was hauling, when she'd kill him, she was hauling him behind her. So every
Okay.
dot is another one. So there's actually 2 on that spot there. You can still walk through just fine, but the more they get stacked up there, it might become a
I thought it
problem.
was 3. I thought it was 3.
No, there was a dot plus the one that was there. The
Noted.
third one actually didn't get thrown back there. It was eaten.
Oh. Well, I'm going to.
Which is why those three have their armor effect.
I am going to shoot the one in front of my golem. Does a 13 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I will roll damage now. Sorry, I'm just keeping note of my rounds I have left in my gun. How much damage was the gun? That would also be useful. 1d6 plus 3. Dash 8 energy damage.
Okay.
And then I'm actually gonna take one step back because I'm a little bit close to my golem. And then what's gonna happen? Now it's my golem's turn. My golem's gonna step on this corpse. Let's rotate this, and he's gonna swing at the next dude.
All right.
Which I do not have a quick roll for that, so I've got to remember what that was. That is plus 6. $17 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Uh,
These things have no eyes, so they kind of seem to be smelling or hearing you or something. So they're really not very good at dodging. You're noticing that much.
2d6 plus 2. 7 damage.
All right, there we go. Nice solid hits on that one.
Okay. And that's the end of my golem's turn.
All right. The only thing you really get from Fangsy or Aggie, other than their Fangsy's raised up enough to sort of watch, be able to see what's going on downrange. Aggie's just sort of holding on to its, or clinging to its back, and she's like, or his back. She's like, "There's so many." Kind of like hear from behind you.
Yep, there are,
is-
but hopefully there'll be a lot less in the next coming minute.
Indeed. Now it is Charlie's turn.
Charlie is pissed. She is still incredibly angry, and she's going to go ahead and use her chain whip against this monstrosity right here.
Excellent.
Plus 9 to hit. Big yikes. Yeah, that's going to hit. 19.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, you know what
here.
I can actually do for your attacks for today? I can make it so that you can edit and control her.
Ooh, that is going to actually... I'm going to make that a
'Cause then you
dual
can
strike.
change her.
So that way this is going to hit the next one back here. So they're both going to get hit by this. And that is going to be 6 points of damage on both of those guys. This guy and this guy.
Excellent. Oh wait, hold on. One more time. Let me make sure I got that right.
The dual strike on this guy and this guy for 6 points of damage.
Okay,
Damage.
so it's 6 for both of them.
And she's going to rip it
So
back.
The blade
Uh-huh.
definitely hits both of them. It doesn't seem like it bounces, but it definitely it deals slightly less damage than you'd expect. But for the most part, it's doing pretty good damage. Their carapaces kind of seem. I mean, hard isn't even the right word because it didn't seem like they were carapaces. It just seemed like leathery skin. But it almost sounds like they're bouncing off rock. It's almost like as they consume sustenance, they like turn stony or like harden to some effect. You do take one of them down. That one slumps to the ground, and the other one took damage.
And let's do another attack there. Oh, I can roll as Charlie. Wonderful.
Yeah, I just set that up for you.
Thank you. Charlie's going to go ahead and do her attack. Yahoo! 25 and 5 stunt points.
Boy, that concentration boost is a most beautiful tool, I think.
And
Too bad I can only have that on one person.
Yeah.
ooh, I'm gonna actually use this for something a little bit nefarious here. I'm gonna use the Paladin stunt point, seize the initiative. She's gonna change her initiative count to just after Silverton and before Samson. So starting next round, she'll be
Okay.
going right after Silverton. That way she can go and kick more ass. And for now, she's just gonna go ahead and roll her regular damage on this douchebag right here.
Seized is one of those words that's spelled S-E-I, right?
Yeah.
SIE.
Ah, it is. But it looks
I
so
believe.
pretty the other way. Oh, my Google
me
search
double
bar
check.
isn't suggesting here.
It's SEI. Yep.
Oh no,
I
you're
was
right.
right.
Ah!
That's the way it's spelled on the documents. So, ha! Take that!
As soon as I typed it, I could see what looked
I've
right.
decided to alter her turn order to say seized instead of 11.
Nice.
Alright, and you're still doing that other attack, right? Oh,
Yeah,
there's
8
the
points of
damage
bludgeoning
again.
on this guy.
Oh, well that just happens to be the magic number.
Mhm.
This one also slumps to the ground.
Doesn't
Charlie-
she have a second attack as well?
That
She
was her
can't
second
reach it.
attack.
Oh.
That was her second attack stat.
Yes. Although she has been able to chuck one of them behind her because they're not super heavy. If it's directly in front of her, she can move it 2 spaces.
Mhm.
So if you want to have her throw it behind her, she can.
Yeah, sure. I'll clear out the way, and then, or she'll clear out the way, and then she'll move up to face more of the enemies.
Okay.
To be
Oh,
fair,
boy,
she does have a
here.
+3 to
I'll
strength.
move her out of the way just so you can clear those things out first.
Okay. Yeah, so slid them both behind you, basically. Trying to
Mhm.
keep them... Because I'm fine with... They're light enough you can reposition them, but actually moving them beyond a space adjacent to you is going to be kind of tricky. So she's sort of pulling them behind her as she charges forward.
And that's going to end her turn.
Works. That's the biggest trick with these poor creatures, is they have to single file melee only range, where you guys have got a range advantage, so they're definitely getting creamed right now.
Good, let's get the fuck out of
That's
here.
not entirely true. My golem is purely melee.
Well, that's true. I just mean, like,
Well-
they are getting crushed so far.
Currently, it's purely melee. Because I have to concentrate on Charlie. If I wasn't concentrating on Charlie, it would be breathing fire everywhere.
Indeed. Alright, so it's time for these things to do something if they're going to. And they're going to try. This one here is going to attack the golem. Speaking of which, that dead one needs to go to the back of the layer so it's under your golem.
My
Alright, so this
golem
one's
has
going to be
just stomped
attacking
it
you.
flat.
Let's see. Alright, does a 14 hit?
14 should hit, because my golem has very little evasion. Yes. You basically
Alright.
just have to hit a 10 to hit it.
Alright, so it wraps its tentacles around the fist that was the opposite fist of the one that you used to crush the first one, because it just came up like ready to hit again.
But
And
my
so one of the
golem's swinging a
tentacles
hammer.
caught the... oh, okay, that's right. Well, it won't be the hammer hand, because you need to be able to hit stuff, so it sort of caught the edge of the other hand and sort of starts wrapping around it, and you can kind of hear the serrated teeth sort of attempting to chomp away at it. At the golem's fist. That is 10 damage. It's a pretty high roll there.
So 3 damage.
Yeah.
Oh no, my golem has lost 5 health. Whatever will I do? How much does Mend restore in a single move?
Wait, can you mend your golem?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's the way you heal
That's,
the golem.
well,
by
that's the
mending
whole
it.
point that I have Mend, but yeah. Spell repairs a single break or tear on an object you touch. That is a broken chain
Okay.
link 2 halves
Sorry,
of
I must have been
property
thinking of
and
something else. That
so-
sounds
There's
good.
what it repairs should be in the rules for your subclass. Actually, put that in there.
I'd have to actually look, but in my spells it doesn't give me a specific like durability or anything like that. That was actually
Holy shit! I made it
repaired.
2d6 health. Yeah, no way. That's gonna be like 1d3 health if you're ending. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's gonna get nerfed. And I'm probably gonna get rid of the armor on this. This is kind of dumb. But oh well.
What,
Post
the armor
facto.
on the golem. The
Yes.
armor on the golem. But why?
Because it needs to be
Well,
able to go
12
down.
didn't have any armor.
Yeah. So I need to put that in my notes. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, continue.
Alright, I'm just putting some more of them down because you can kind of see more of what's... Well, the golem can see it, and you can kind of hear it and know what's going on around you a little bit. There is a shitload of these things. It's hard to... You can't tell that it's like letting up. You can just hear that there are a lot of them around. Anyways, the other attack that needs to be made is actually going to be a move first because they're kind of piling into... Oh. There we go. They're trying to stack into Charlie, but they're not doing a great job because it's just such a small space. But both of these two are going to make attacks on Charlie. Just
And
going to be an 8 from the one on the right, and a 7 from the one on top. Holy shit!
Yeah, those aren't gonna hit.
That's the worst rolls I've seen. Oh, okay. I can't forget about Silverton up there though, as much as may like it.
Brett, what I was just gonna say is the only note that I would have on it is the golem is only available from 7th level, so you can't really get the golem before you hit level 7.
Mm-hmm.
Which the robots you can have before level 7.
That's
Let's
true.
see.
I'll think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna play a noise. Enjoy the Discord joining sound. So these creatures, the two that you're near, Silverton, really didn't know what was up. They hadn't really pinpointed anything after the cave-in happened. They just finished eating one of their poor comrades. But they make some noise. Maybe it's actually not playing anything. Yeah. So they sort of sniff the air more or less, and they seem to have discovered your whereabouts, or at least the fact that you exist. They've both sort of turned to face you, making noises at each other, and sort of gun it towards you since you smell good. And they do both reach you, but then they sort of stop because they're just trying to get a hold of you so they can saw into you with their teeth. Their teeth, you actually get a good look at their mouths having them trying to get you. They've kind of got a circular mouth to them, and they kind of have rows of teeth that kind of like how a shark's mouth is laid out, sort of. At least what you can initially see. You're only
That's
kind of seeing
terrifying.
flashes of it because the tentacles kind of are in the way of it.
Are the
but it
teeth
definitely
kind of
looks like they're
pointed
trying to put it in.
inward like sharks too? So like once they bite, you can't pull out.
Yeah, kind of. You actually the forward set is like either like right on or maybe tilted out slightly, but you can see that as the teeth go back, they start to go inwards, like as layer upon layer of teeth, they start to point more inwards.
Ooh.
So they definitely want to grab a hold of you, and then they don't want to let go.
Yeah, that's no fun.
If any of these poor bastards can live long enough to try and eat any of you, that is. So these two are going to have a go. Well, that's better. That's not better. I got a 13 and a 7. And I need to throw away the virtual dice,
Let's
apparently.
see. All right, my defense is 10, so one of those will hit.
All right. Well, that's good, I guess. All right, so I was doing right and then left, so the one on the left is the one that got a hold of you. Japanese reading style instead of left to right. And as usual, they're rolling pretty good damage, so that's 10 damage from this guy over here.
Okay. What type of damage is that?
Ooh, I didn't define my own damage type. Let's see. Teeth, sort of
Probably
biting,
slashing.
slicing. It would. I think slashing is the way to go. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was probably slashing.
Okay. So
Now, just to-
my armor neither resists nor is vulnerable, so I reduce 8. So I take 2 hit points of damage.
Yoicks. All right. I'm also using the. I'm using the spider web icon. I think. Let's see. Yeah. It's merely to indicate that it has engaged in trying to hurt you.
Okay. That makes sense.
But everything else is missed because they're stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
And it's now time for you to retaliate. Congratulations.
Oh, yay. Alright, given that they are in my face, I will put the shotgun away for now and get out my warhammer.
Get him! Somehow between last session and this one, I forgot you had a hammer, and it's beautiful. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, it's
Cool.
a big old warhammer. So I'm first gonna smash the one on the right,
Okay.
and then we'll smash the one on the left. So, ooh, that's a good roll.
Ooh. Nice.
That
a
hits.
lot of stunt points too.
Ooh, yes it is.
Damn it. The smite costs 6. Okay, we'll just do lethal blow then. That'll just add 2d6 damage. So, damage
And this
on
is all
that
the first
is gonna
attack on the
be-
one directly in front of you.
Yes.
He's gonna be double dead, isn't he?
Very.
Looks like it. Yeah, 16 points of damage.
Yeah. He's 2.2 times dead. He's very dead.
Perfect. And then I'll smash the one that fucking bit me. Yep, that'll
Nice.
also hit.
Yep.
Not quite as much damage, although I'll use the 4 points for pierce armor. So if they have any armor, then it is considered halved for the damage on this. And that will be 8.
All right.
Yes!
That one also
Damn.
collapses.
Perfect. Alright, I want to just take a look over at the rubble pile over there, make sure that it looks like there aren't any more that are going to be worming their way through.
It definitely does not look like there are going to be any others. The ones like nearest where there's less rock, one's been speared like right through the center with a stalactite, and the other ones got hit with enough rocks to sort of landslide down. It's not moving. For the most part, they're not moving anymore.
Alright,
They've stilled.
perfect. So I'll turn it around and let's see what's my speed, 30 feet. And I'll start making my way over toward my companions.
Making my way downtown, moving fast, creatures passing them
Alright.
homebound.
Exactly.
Doodle-doo.
Alright, I'm done.
Excellent. I'm just curious. Does anyone else have the turn order thingy pulled up?
Yes.
Okay.
Charlie's
I
next.
was just thinking about it. I don't think I can pull it up for everybody. I think everyone has to do it individually. But yes, Charlie is next.
All right, you motherfuckers. Charlie is not going to be happy that this sneaky little shit tried to get past her. So she's going to direct her first attack at that one.
All right.
Jake, I can't pull up the turn order. It immediately pops up when you activate it, and I can't close it till you close it. So it sits there until
Okay.
you close the turn order.
That is a... Does a 20 hit?
No. Yeah, it hits.
That's for 11 points of bludgeoning damage on that guy. Chain whip style.
Not doing so good.
No, evidently not. He's pretty fucked. You know what? Charlie's gonna go ahead and attack him again.
Oh shoot! Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh?
See, I'm screwed up. I'm dumb at math. Let me restart that one. I'm sorry. I am forgetting the mechanics of these creatures, even though I have the rules sitting right here. I'm sorry.
Actually, maybe not
That
one.
seemed really high. That was why. That's better. That's the kind of damage it's doing.
Actually, I'm gonna attack this one next.
Okay. Just do whatever you did there again.
Oh boy, only 3 stunt points, but a 24. That's a high roll. Okay, let's see. What can I do with that?
When you get attacks that hit well, it makes me want to like give you bonuses. If you also hit the one behind it or something. This is insane.
I have dual strike actually, so with 3 stunt points, I can. I'm gonna dual strike onto this guy again. Perfect.
Okay.
Eat some bludgeon damage. That's 7 points of bludgeon on both of them.
All right, there we go. Damage has been dealt. The toughy one is really shrugging it off. The other one, not so much.
All right, and that for now is going to end Charlie's turn. She's going to continue to sort of block them in here, hold it back, and stem the abominable tide here.
Indeed, and again, because these grid squares are slightly larger than normal, I have a little bit of leeway for narrative in terms of what you might actually be blocking. I want them to be able to push their way in and pile through, but you can kind of keep them from going further. Plus, they want to eat you if they can. So, even if there's slightly more space, she's blocking the doorway, the hallway that continues, as is Styx's golem. Yeah, speaking of not Styx, Samson.
All right, he's going to go ahead and roll up right behind Charlie underneath this corpse, taking cover underneath it, using it as a sniper hide. Hey, Charlie, just so you know I'm back here. Please don't hit me with that chain whip. Then he's going to take up his rifle, and he is going to go ahead and try and finish off... let's do this guy right here. Finish him off.
All right.
That is a 15 to hit and 2 stunt points. Let's see here.
That hits.
None of those are useful. Regular. I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna use I am going to use those 2 stunt points to actually put a setup on it. So I guess the shot will kind of move it forward or make it just a little bit more vulnerable, make it easier for Charlie to hit her. And so Charlie will get a +2 to the next attack against this dude right here.
Okay.
Let's roll for damage.
You're probably gonna kill him, but okay.
Very likely, but it's what I had. 2d6 plus 4. That's 11 points of energy damage.
Yep, it's dead.
Oh well. Anything else Samson wants to do as a bonus action? Samson is going to bonus action and try and hide. Actually, no. Samson doesn't need to hide. He can still get sneak attack anyway. Oh, I forgot I had sneak attack damage. Whatever. That's just gonna end Samson's turn.
Yeah, I didn't even mention it because I'm like, it's so dead.
Yeah, I could have done so many things there. Oh well. That'll just end Samson's turn. That's all.
Okay. Styx and Golem, whatever order you want. I don't care.
Styx goes first, Golem goes second. So Styx moves up. Brett, does Charlie really need the strength buff still?
Let's see here. Well, it looks like she's been rolling incredibly high today, such to the point that you could probably subtract a 9. You can see like a 15, and we added an 11. So she's hitting. But it is, yeah, I don't think the plus 9.
15 and 11 was you. You actually forgot to switch back, but everything else...
Well, the 15 and the 11 were in the last Charlie roll set. That was the 2 base rolls without the plus.
Wait, no, you're right.
Without the plus 9, and so
saying.
it's only a +2, so she doesn't need it. No, she can end your concentration. I
It's a
think she's fine.
+3, but anyway.
+3. Okay, so she does have +6.
Yeah.
Good.
I will then I'm going to cancel my concentration on Charlie, and instead use my instead apply Dragon's Breath onto my Golem for my bonus action. And then I'm going to shoot my pistol. Can I see this guy from where I'm standing? Like, peek around the corner? Can I see this guy?
Yes, because they're all trying to pile in and get in there and get something to eat.
Okay, then I'm going to
It's
take
not trying to take cover or anything. If it
I'm
was
gonna
like
take a
actually
pot shot
avoiding
at
you, no.
16 hits.
Yep.
9 points of damage.
What kind of attack was this again?
Energy laser.
Oh, you're using your... Okay.
I used my pistol.
There we go. Now I can say what I did before. It staggers around and is barely on its feet. But it is still standing.
Okay. And now it's my Golem's turn.
Yes.
My Golem, rather than attacking... Oh, I forgot to assign the element. What are the available elements for the Dragon's Breath? Because seeing as beating it doesn't seem to be doing very much. Let's go with...
Oh, beating them's kind of making a loud crack sound, and it's doing a pretty good job.
Let's go with Acid. So my it's going to use Acid Dragon's Breath. They need to make a Dexterity saving throw to halve 3d6 worth of damage.
Okay, and which ones are in range of this?
Seeing as you said they're all piling up, this one, this one, this one, and this one.
Okay. Yeah,
So the 4 in front of my Golem.
Yep, that makes sense to me, because again, slightly larger than it looks here, so they're kind of exposed a little bit. Sounds good. So it's a DC 10, you say? Let's see, 3d6 plus... These guys
15
suck,
foot
so
cone.
nothing.
And also, so seeing as this is a 15-foot cone, also any this one and any that might be in these 3 blocks as well would
Okay.
also be caught.
Yeah, so you can, more or less, you can see up to the furthest away individuals. Beyond that, there could be more, but from what you can immediately see here, the ones you can see that are in range are all the ones in range.
Yeah.
So they're all making saving throws. I'm going to do this book style, so top left to right, next row, etc. So here's this guy.
Yeah. So it's 5, 3, 1, set. My saving throw. I assume it's versus my saving throw versus not my Golem saving throw because I'm the one casting the spell. My Golem's just channeling it. Brett?
Oh,
He
Brett
is
has
not
left
at
us.
his chair.
Uh,
I think he went upstairs.
I think it's versus my saving throw, which would be a 15. So
Oh, 15.
you have to beat a 15 for my saving throw.
Well, these creatures, while they have a very interesting mechanic, they aren't the best at things. So, yeah, they all failed it. So, roll your
Alright.
damage.
Okay. Is
Oh,
Brett
whoops,
back?
sorry. The rest of those I rolled, you couldn't see. You only saw one of them.
He doesn't have his headphones on yet.
Okay. Let me just check. Brett,
Yes.
with Dragon's Breath, it's
Yeah.
versus my saving throw when a creature is caught in it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's versus a 15. So yes, they all get hit by it. They all take 12 points of acid damage.
All right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yikes.
Don't forget that guy.
Yeah.
And that was why I decided I was going to switch which spell I was concentrating on. because these things are getting annoying. And then while I'm at it, my golem's also going to scoot forward 1 space.
Right, we're gonna have the smoking sizzleness be that they've been acidified. God, you just wiped them out. I'm gonna be honest. Well, I did build these things with like strengths and weaknesses. That was a little bit of a shock. I'm surprised and impressed.
You were expecting more energy-based damage or coal-based damage. No, I just say my golem breathes acid.
That was really good. That was solid.
Well, you
And
kept
although it may
describing
not look like it, there are a limited number of these things.
Yeah.
I do have a count going, and yikes.
What I was going to say is you were describing these things as like every time they eat one of them, they become harder like rock. I'm just like, well, acid eats rock, so fuck them.
Samson, personal question. Do you have any fancy computer software in your suit? Keep track of like counts of things you've seen or anything like that?
I'd say it's pretty rudimentary, but like it will probably, it has like an aiming computer in it, like a rudimentary aiming computer that can like track things in front of him, track motion and stuff like that.
I just was thinking, like, I'd love for somebody to be like, give you guys a count when this is done, but at the same time, if nobody's like that, I'm not gonna do it. I was just thinking about it.
Sam's is probably
I
taking
can
off his
give
own
a count
personal.
of the like 6 that I helped kill. But that's maybe a quarter of the total number, so.
And if they're eaten, they're not like completely gone. I just had to wipe them off the board just so that I could keep track that they had been eaten. So yeah, all right, cool. Let's proceed. Styx Golem, Fangsy. I think they're just gonna cautiously and oh, don't do that. No, don't grab that. I forget the select is everything you touch. You don't have to like completely encase it by the selection tool, if that makes sense. Let's see. I think they would be comfortable at the crossroads, so we'll do that. And moving on, Tentaclids, or whatever the hell these are. I haven't come up with a name, so I'm just using some sort of placeholder name. All right, that was horrifying. So these things are going to do what they just seem to love doing and consume the nearest available materials. Which means they're really going to pack in here because they get a whiff and they make noise and others come as a result. But there can only be so many in a space. This one's not in the water, it's more like cramped next to its compatriot here. Right, so
Jesus Christ.
they are eating, yeah. That's what the clocks are for, they're busy.
By the enkindlers, how many of these fucking things are there?
They make kind of leathery smacking sounds in addition to just sort of gritty, hollow noises as they eat their dead compatriots here. This poor bastard tried this one right here is taking some damage from the fact that the one was acidified, and it actually finds that these are, or that one hurt it a bit, and the same thing with this one. Let's see. Drop that down an extra. There we go. Yeah, so eating the ones that have been roasted is not having the best effect on them. But they are eating, and that's it. None of those are attacking. I gotta layer these right. Go to the back. Here we go. Okay. Now to the right-hand hallway area. We have this one that's gonna try to take a bite of Charlie.
I'd like to see them try. Go ahead.
Indeed. 12.
That does hit.
All right, hit confirmed.
Did you enjoy seeing them try?
Yeah, it was. Well, Samson's kind of just chuckling the entire time, looking at how frustrated Charlie's getting.
Well, that's a total damage dealt of 6 damage, and I don't remember what her armor is.
Her
but I'm
armor
pretty
is
sure
gonna
it's
eat that.
Fairly intense.
Yeah, she has 8 armor. It's gonna
Cool.
eat that. Hey, Charlie, how do those teeth feel? Shut the fuck up!
So these things continue to scurry in and are eating. They are feeding. That's it for them. Silverton, you're up.
Oh yay. Alright, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I suppose I might as well use my action to dash so I can catch up more. 5.
Alright.
And I get about there.
And the statues just sort of watch you. They turn to follow you as you leave.
Oh, lovely.
Not off their pedestals, but they looks like they could if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Are you out of movement?
Yeah, that's basically
Okay.
my whole turn, just catching up to everyone.
That's convenient. Okay. For all intents and purposes, they're... Oh. Groups are really weird. You have to select them before you drag. I mean, they're kind of out of the way. You can squeeze past them wherever direction you'd like to go. All right. Charlie still seizing the initiative here. Charlie's up.
Charlie's pissed, and she's ready to start doing a little bit of arcane fuckery on these bastards. Charlie is going to tank the attacks opportunity that may arise, and she is going to barge into, like, Samson's spot. Better yet, she'll just continue moving past Samson, because she doesn't need to be right next to him. Actually, no, she does. She needs to be in Samson's spot, so she'll be in Samson's spot. Or, like, right next to it, we'll say.
So, this one does need her to make, like, when she goes to leave, the tentacle things sort of pull back. So it's not as easy to release as she expected. So that is a strength-based saving throw.
I don't know what her strength is.
Uh,
I can take attacks, but
okay.
I can't do saving throws. I don't have her stats.
Let's see, it's of 10, right? And she uses strength for her attacks, right?
She's proficient in her attacks, so that would lead me to believe with a +6 that she's with a +1 for the weapon. Yeah, she probably has a 3 strength. So she probably, and she's... Eric, are you proficient in strength saving throws, or is that like charisma and willpower?
No, it is con and charisma.
Okay, cool. So that's just going to be a 3 to that save. So yeah, actually, we can roll that.
Okay. It's a DC 10, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Well, I believe it's right here. That's a 10.
Okay.
It's right here.
Woo!
Okay, cool.
The 16.
But it was sort of a startle, sort of a shock that it really didn't want to let go of her. But it did. Now
Alrighty.
she's standing there.
Now let's have some fun. I kind of wish that Amelia could cast a spell herself, but I'm going to do it for her. she is going to cast a firewall. And it is going to go... it's 30 feet wide, so it's basically just going to cover this whole thing, and it's probably going to go this direction.
Oh, okay.
Or actually... Actually, I could... Yeah, I'm going to use it to block this tunnel off, so yeah. So this way, it'll extend this way into the room sidelong. And so what will happen is, any enemies that start their turn in it, attempt to pass through it, or attempt to attack through it, is going to take 2d6 fire damage. And it kind of takes 3 damage from all other attacks.
Did she cast Firewall?
Yes, she's casting Firewall.
The spell that I only ever used once when I had it?
Yeah, well, she's going to use
Damn,
it,
30 feet?
Here. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I was never really in a situation where it was worthwhile casting Firewall.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm not sure how you want to build that. Yeah, there we go. Aha! Look at that! Look at that! Nice.
I got a little freaked out partway through the drawing, sorry. Next one will look better.
That is concentration, so she gets actually to take concentration saving throw, but that is good, actually. And so, I guess, now that she's cast that, she can continue her movement, and she's going to move over into this area next to Styx and get ready to start doing shit with him. And that's going to end Charlie's turn.
Cool. So how does fire damage work with that particular...
So, to begin with, if this guy moves, he'll take fire damage. If he... or actually, better yet, on the start of this guy's turn, he's going to take the damage, because he's already in it. If any of these guys try to move through it, or try to attack Samson, they will take fire damage.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. That works.
Yep. So for now, we don't have to roll for damage. We'll roll for damage on their turn.
Okay. Perfect. So Charlie's done. Samson's up.
Okay. So Samson actually doesn't really have much of a choice here. His energy attacks will get absorbed by the shield. And I figure he probably knows as much from talking to Charlie. So he's going to start moving.
Also, I'd like to comment, can you imagine if you put the firewall down the hallway?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could, but I wanted to try and block them out instead. So it's kind of to make them divert instead, because that way they could theoretically move around it, because it's only 5 feet wide. So that's the thinking. Anyway, Samson's gonna go ahead and try and get up behind Styx's golem and try and like see around it. Can he like get like a clear line of sight on any of the creatures in this room?
Of the ones that you'd be able to see, partially obscured by the fountain, so you'd have probably a -3 to hit here. You can see this one.
Okay.
Let me give you a little... One of these is an eye.
Thankfully, Samson has the sharpshooter feat, which ignores cover debuffs.
Oh, never mind then.
Mm-hmm. So Samson...
So the one that you can see, and having it not be obscured by other ones, that's the only one that you can see, followed by... Yeah, that one's kind of out of the way. So you can see 3 of them. Let me give you the eye on these 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of these back 3. Whether or not you can actually hit them, still the rules of that still apply where someone's in the way or whatever.
Okay, so I can see the eye guys. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot the nearest eye guy.
All right.
That is a 19 to hit. Bummer, no
That
stunt
hits.
points. It's a crying shame. But Jake's happy that's like, okay, at least it's not absolutely horrible. And that is going to be 8 points of energy damage on this guy.
Definitely not feeling too hot after that.
And then Samson can use his bonus action to hide behind the golem. And I'll roll the stealth check for that. That's a 17 for the stealth roll to hide behind the golem.
Yep. I forgot, we had your little ninja mask thing on there. We need to make sure that you're only hidden when you're hidden.
Yeah, and that Samson's only invisible when he's invisible, because he's plainly visible right now. But that's going to end Samson's turn.
Alright, perfect. Sticks, you're up.
Okay. Everyone's just kind of piling up in my hole.
Poor choice of
Um,
words. Mm,
Uh, what spell could I potentially cast?
Oh, damn, I was going to write it down. Did Connor say piling up in this hole or my hole?
my hole.
Perfect. Very poor choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what I will do? I will do nothing. My golem is going to just use Dragon's Breath again, hitting this guy.
That's a concentration spell, holy shit.
Yes, it's a concentration spell. As long as I'm concentrating, I just have to consume my golem's action. Oh wait, this guy wouldn't get hit by it, because I'm gonna fire it this way. This guy gets hit by it, this guy gets hit by it, and this guy gets hit by it.
Oh, yeah, because of the way the cone works. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
And they would take 9 damage at full damage.
so it's, let's see, it's these two clocks and this clock.
Yes.
Okay.
What are the clocks there for?
9 damage unless they get the saving throw, right?
Yes, in which case it is halved down to 4 damage. No,
Wait, these guys suck.
nope, they take the full 9 damage. And my golem's just gonna keep standing there blocking the entranceway so that they can't get in. You killed the wrong dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Whoa. Am I undoing this? I can't tell.
No.
I'm not. Okay. I thought something blinked on the screen. I'm like, what happened? But I think we're okay. We're just gonna swap those two out here. So he's dead. This one's got 2 dead ones on it. Yikes.
My acid breath is just murdering, apparently.
Indeed. And, oh wait,
Move that gear up.
I did it again. That one was not in the range either. Okay. This guy's okay. He's fine. That one's dead, and this one's dead. No clock, smoke, dead.
What happened to the one that was over here? He wasn't in the range of the cone.
Oh, whoops! I killed him. Ha.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one was in
Yeah,
the range
thank
of the
you.
cone.
I was doing real good, but I just managed to. There we go. I got this guy back. Here he is. He's okay. He's right there. There are not 2 bodies there. Take off a red dot. There we go. All right. That looks better. All right, and that's your golem's attack. Anything else it's gonna do?
No. I don't think my golem has a bonus action.
Okay, I was mostly like movement or such, but sounds good. All right,
No,
it's
he's just
time
gonna stay there beating a
for
wall.
it's time for them to make their reactions here. So the ones that were feeding that weren't melted, finish feeding. And so they are armored up. God, that's a lot of dead ones. All right. Let's see. And thusly, they react to the commotion over here. Sort of stack in, ready to do business. Man, there are so many of these things to like contend with. Brett, you got the fire damage stuff ready, right?
Yes, I do. So this guy right away is going to take 9 fire. And any of the guys who try to pass through that thing are going to take 9 as well.
Interesting. And you'd think there'd be a fire symbol in here to like show the fire status effect. But no. Definitely not. I'll just use an orange dot. It's fine. 9 damage, you say?
Yes, sir. I can only imagine that the smell must be very unpleasant.
Yeah, I bet.
Burning hell creature.
Yeah, so this one that's in the fire like staggers like it's going to come out of it and then just collapses in there. Let's see, these guys got their armorification up. Not that that's going to mean much against scalding fire, or so it would appear.
Magical. Wow.
So 9 damage. This one gets scalded as well, and then like makes a pained cry and sort of falls back from the fire's edge. Boost this one so it's got its armor. And so they're kind of alarmed. They kind of all back up just a little bit from the screech, basically. They all back off a bit and are kind of maybe confused or perplexed. They're antsy, they're shifting, uneasy, but they're not proceeding any further. And the fire remains. How long does the fire remain for? Is it concentration?
It's concentration, 30 minutes.
Okay.
Jake is hating the concentration spells.
They're pretty impressive. I just need to make note of which ones you guys have, so some of your enemies have ways to counteract that.
All you gotta do is successfully hit us, and then we gotta make a willpower save.
Or adverse conditions, or anti-magic.
Yeah,
any
sure
of
enough.
those things.
It's too bad that these guys aren't smart enough to do that. But I wanted to see what you would do with a horde of these things, because these things live underground here, it seems, and so far you're kicking their asses.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm not going to play fair.
What I find interesting is they always say in D&D that the way to beat your players is not send a bunch of... don't send up one big powerful enemy, send a bunch of little powerful enemies. Or little enemies. And, like, I think we're doing pretty good with the crowd control. Now my big question is, do we get fucked over by the big enemies with our current build-up? Or, are we going to be good with the big enemies as well?
Only time will tell.
It definitely will depend on the enemy.
I think Samson's probably our heaviest single target hitter.
Yeah, that's the premise behind this particular build, is that it's a long range sniper build. So it's single target only, but it's pretty good.
Rogues, man.
Yeah, I'm fast as fuck. I'm slippery as shit. I got a little robot. Sits on my shoulder sometimes. I can go invisible. And I blow things heads
Alright,
off.
so
That's
these
pretty
ones
cool.
just started feeding, and there's still one that has an eye, so which means you can still see it from where you're at, Brett.
Make it stop.
Now all that's left is these three that need to. Yeah, I know, right? All that's left is for these three to attack Styx's golem.
Oh boy. Let's hear those dice.
That one's cocked. Okay, 8. Wow, that was a horrible roll.
Eight does not hit.
Worst rolls: 8, 9, and 14.
1 hit. The 14
Oh,
hit.
these guys suck tonight. All right.
Jake is not rolling. Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Like,
Jake
this
is
is
not
the
rolling
worst
well.
luck. This is awful. Right. That is 9 damage from the one that does hit. Since that was the third one,
9.
let me get the guy over here on the right. All right, and that concludes their action for this turn.
Those monsters are about to get fucking blown by a big rocky boy.
Silverton's up.
Oh, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so it looks like I couldn't make it through everyone on the left side, plus we got those ones anyway. So what I'll do is head up here, stay very much on this side of that wall of fire, and then I will pull out my shotgun, and I should be able to shoot both of those two that are visible there.
Okay.
And that'll be 16 to hit them, which we know works.
Mhm.
So they're both going to take 8 damage. And I will go for a second shot.
Ooh.
That'll definitely hit.
Smite him.
Uh,
Smite him.
Yeah, I'm going to smite the fuckers. So I get an extra 3d6 penetrating damage on this attack.
Yeah.
So the regular damage is
Jesus.
that, plus that, which completely ignores armor.
Yeah, go
So we
him.
got the 8 plus the 10 that ignores.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms Witcher over here. Kicking ass and
Right,
taking
so-
names.
Yeah.
That one's double dead, so we'll give a nice skull and crossbones there. It is just completely roasted.
Oh, perfect.
And this one, that's the first set of damage, and the second set of damage.
Oh,
Very dead.
yeah, that's what I like to see. Right. And I'm just gonna kind of turn and yell over my shoulder. By the way, this wall of fire is fucking brilliant.
Thanks,
And then
I
I'll,
try.
And then I'll just settle back in. And I've got 1 shot left on my shotgun before I would have to reload. So we'll see where they position for next round. And I'm
Alright.
done.
It's perfect because it absorbs energy damage, but he's got a ballistic shotgun, so he doesn't fucking care. Hell yeah.
Oh, good. I accidentally used the right thing.
Yes. Teamwork, synergy. Look at that. Now we just need to get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
True.
All right. Charlie's up.
Okay, now Charlie has
Maybe.
to, Charlie is stuck at the very back of the bus here. Fuck. How do I want to do this? No, I can't say that. I can't
Excuse
say
me,
that.
pardon me.
Beep! Do I want to do something stupid? Yeah, I want to do something stupid, even though it's someone else's character. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Or actually, no, I can't move through them. I would just be barging into Golem. Can I actually fit in the Golem space? Could she? She can't.
Yes.
She can? We can?
Yes,
Okay.
we established that the golem only takes up the same amount of space as a normal person.
Okay. Shit, it's getting cramped in here. Ugh. Okay.
If you guys are gonna stay in the same space and do combat, you gotta have some little minus modifier there, because I mean, it's a little twisted, but this is gonna be so hard not to hit each other.
She's trying to
like,
sling
work
a
around
whip
each other.
right now. Yeah, she's not gonna have much of an arc.
Exactly. So
Aye.
I'm giving you the -3 this time.
-3, big oof.
Yes.
All right.
It's,
God, we need to
it's
get a
pretty
You have
tight.
extreme modifier on your
Sticks. Can
attack.
you make this thing
But you
move
can be there,
any
so-
farther? We need to get the fuck out of here. She's
I
gonna
stand
take
there
a chain
and
and
yell,
throw.
It's not my turn.
First attack.
Oh,
That doesn't hit, does
ugh,
it?
That does not hit. No.
Shit. Okay, next roll. Man, that -3 is kicking my ass here. Hey!
Sure
I'll
it
take
is.
that. I'll take that.
Sure, it's kicking your ass.
There we go. All right. Fuck.
So I have a question. Can you do that multi-attack? Can you buy that twice? that
Did I make dual strike? Yes, I actually can. I can do it twice. So actually, yes. You know what? Good idea.
Because
I'll triple
There's
attack.
3 of them there.
Yep. Yeah. I'll attack all 3 of them with this damage.
I can imagine her being supremely pissed. Just like she swings it and it just like glances off the hide. And she's like, no, and just like gets pissed. And just like flails it again, and it makes the perfect like return lash that hits all of them.
Ooh, not bad. 10 damage. I imagine she like pushes the golem back and like slashes across all 3 of them. Just getting supremely angrier and angrier each time.
Let's see. I gotta do my complex math bullshit here.
Oh yes,
There we
put it into your
go. That's
algorithm
better.
with a spreadsheet.
That's what I really should do. There we go. These guys, when they get armored, they have some really squirrely effects, and I should have written myself a table.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
That's
for logistics purposes, I'm putting you guys opposite of the way that it looked there.
okay.
Because the golem is kind of being held by this guy, just a little bit.
Hey, look at that! It looks their little poses kind of like fit together nicely.
Yeah,
They look,
yeah,
they
they
look
do.
nice. They look cute together. Power couple. Charlie X sticks his golem. OTP.
I'm gonna slide that guy forward, just be like, look, he's got a hold here. All right,
No,
cool.
he's mine, girl.
Excellent.
All right.
Shamption.
What a cluster fuck. All right. So now there's 2 people in front of Samson. Can I still like start taking pot shots at things, or is it just a complete cluster?
I mean, you're supposed to be able to fire through teammates, aren't you?
Yeah, I suppose I can. I was wondering if you wanted to impose your own little disadvantage.
I mean, I want to treat it like they're in cover, but you can still, or like,
Mhm.
you know, they're blocking you. Minus, come on, that's the same thing as cover, and you're good at avoiding, like dodging that, anyways. But you can't do it twice in a row. So, the ones back here that are covered by the fountain water, well, I guess it's not a fountain, but the water that flows into this pool here,
Mhm.
those guys are considered -3 in cover that you can see, whatever ones have the eye, which is just 1. I'm trying to keep the eyes up to date though, so there are 4 that you can see from where you're at.
Samson is actually going to, if possible, can I just like sort of hop up next to the golem and like blast the one that's holding onto it?
You
This
kind
one
of like
right
are aiming under the golem's arm, like your barrel would like protrude from where its arm is like being sort of ensnared by the tentacle, and just like you see a rifle barrel just too low. You see a rifle barrel like poke out, and so yes.
That's what I'm gonna do. Oh boy, that is lovely. What do I want to do with that? What do I want to do with that? 6 stunt points is something very powerful for a rogue. It means I could do, within reason, whatever kind of do. That is interesting. Actually, yeah, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. Let's take a sort of a note out of the book of Charlie and the other paladins and do a triple double strike over here. So I'm gonna hit all 3 of these guys with a shot, like blast it off the wall and it ricochets around.
Oh yeah, because you can steal that from.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna use the emulate
That's
stunt
horrifying.
to buy that to do that twice. That is, of course, if Jake will allow me to do so.
I love the fact that it's just like, oh no, Connor's golem is so broken, and then you pull this shit.
I'm just rolling high.
mean,
I'm just rolling high tonight.
But yes, my golem is so broken when you get the freaking emulate stunt. Which is the most broken shit.
I'm wondering if in the future we may need to not have emulate stunt be used multiple times because you're triggering it multiple times.
Is that your discussion if I could use it?
Particular instance, but
See, the reason that I have a problem with the golem, the golem has more armor than I have. It has 7 points of armor, which is absurdly high. So that at least that, and you can heal it 2d6 health points with a cantrip. So that stuff is absolutely unacceptable.
I don't mind if the cantrip gets nerfed, but please leave the golem's armor, seeing as I have no armor.
Yeah, I think the armor's okay. I think more what he means is the balance between the armor and the ability to just heal it right back up, and the damage output.
It's got to take damage. This thing's got to be able to take damage. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, 9 points of energy damage from that shot.
I don't mind if the cantrip gets nerfed. That's not a the cantrip's healing ability gets nerfed. That's not a problem to me.
Yep. They're all dead.
Okay.
And now I'm stacking bodies.
You're welcome. And then Samson's going to actually move up past his teammates. God, there's so many bodies. There are so many bodies.
Yep.
Samson's going to, I guess, move over here, perhaps? Yeah, I'll put Samson over here to give room for everyone else to move up. And that will end Samson's turn.
Okay, let me drop that behind you. There we go. Alright, Styx is up.
Okay. Well, my plan has kind of gone out the window. But I might still be able to pull it off. Pull off something at least. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. I will move here. I'm gonna take a pot shot with my pistol at this guy. Does an 11 hit?
Yes. I'll move you out of the way for just a second. Yes.
7 energy damage on this guy.
Alright.
And then my golem's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, just shy of max movement. How long is a round of combat? Is this
6 seconds, I think.
6 seconds? We've had 3, so I've still got a couple of rounds to be able to use Dragon's Breath. So he's going to use Dragon's Breath on this guy, this guy, this guy, and there's nothing up here that can get hit.
So the corner one's like just out of range.
Yeah, he's just out of range, which is why I took a pot shot at him. And they will take 9 points of acid damage if they fail their saving throws. No, 9, 9, 9. Heat my golem's acid!
Excellent.
And that's all I can do.
Alright. What about, let's see, your golem did that thing. Okay. Alright, now it's these things' turn, which is probably their last turn. But they're going to take the time to finish eating and armor up, because they are... I forgot, I needed to remove some bodies after enough of them tried to eat it, and so I did that on all of the bodies that were necessary as Connor was doing his attacks there. Right, and they have armor for however long it lasts them. And these two are gonna just try and eat Styx's thing.
Six is
We'll
golem.
have this one. They kind of pile over the water here. Most of them seem to be after the golem, but this one will come after you instead. So we'll do the one after you first. That's yeah, that doesn't help. It's a 9. That's a 9 to hit you.
That does not hit me. I do not lose concentration.
All right, now on the golem, whatever. 18,
18 hits.
16, and 13. That's better.
All of those hit.
It's about time, honestly. All right. All right, so all 3 of those hit, and we have damages coming in at 7, 14, and 11.
So that's 7.
Finally. They finally have some decent rolls.
So I take 11. My golem takes 11 points of damage. Yes.
All right. Okie dokie, and that's all those ones. These two, I almost forgot about them. They sort of backpedal out of the room after screeches of alarm as opposed to death noises. Take a whiff around and are like, "Oh, hold the phone." And they are headed over this way and elect to consume their dead brethren. Because what else are they going to do on a Friday night?
Fucking disgusting. Jesus. Wait, Jesus isn't a thing.
That
Shit.
one,
Who's
that
Jesus?
one will be at old friend of yours. He also went by Jesus.
Yes. Yeah, he's a. Jesus is a good friend of mine.
I love that conversation I had with somebody. It was just somebody at my college, and they're like, I mean, at least Jesus is, at least Jesus doesn't sound the same. I'm like, in Spanish, where they live, it does. It sounds exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Which
literally
is the
saying
point.
Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
why the name
It's
is
way
Jesus.
better than naming your, because they're like, at least, you don't want to name your kid Jesus, but Jesus is at least better. Well, maybe in English, but not in Spanish. It's just as, odd
Mhm.
and weird. I don't know why they do it more than we do, but all right. Okay, cool. They ate that one. These guys all made an attack, and they're falling apart, but they're trying. And Silverton's up.
All right. Well, I don't seem to have playmates at the moment. And there's some fire there. So I think what I'm gonna do is just use my action to reload my gun, and then I'm gonna wait and see if any of them decide to come down this hallway. Because I don't want to get surprise backstabbed.
All right.
And that'll do.
All right, perfect. Let's have Charlie then.
Let's see here. Shit, we're kind of a messy situation here. Probably best if Charlie were to go in between Styx and Samson. And Charlie is gonna do her best to dislodge this guy from attacking Styx. So let's go ahead and move that away, and let's roll some attacks.
That hits. Oh, I guess
With
he's over
one
here.
stun point.
Okay. I'm just not even gonna touch that stunt point. Let's just roll for damage. Wow. Okay. 13 points of bludgeon damage on that guy.
It works surprisingly well, and it collapses dead.
Sweet. Then she's gonna use second attack to go ahead and attack this guy right here.
All
If
right.
she can she? Is it like reasonably?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still within 5 feet ish. We're using the grids to say 5 feet, but it's technically a
But
little bigger.
her
so you can
melee
move around.
range is 10 feet. So wouldn't that still
Oh yeah,
be allowed?
yeah. So it's yeah.
The
she's
question
still
was
in
more
range.
if like there's like the shape of the terrain made it difficult, but that's a 17 to
That
hit.
one's up on top, so it's easy enough to hit.
Ah, nice.
That definitely hits. Yeah, it's kind of up on the pool of water right now.
Hey, not too bad. 8 points of bludgeon damage on that guy.
That one like almost falls in the water, but it's still going somehow.
Then Charlie's gonna go over
Latched
here.
on, just sticks his golem.
Charlie's gonna go over here and regroup with Samson. Just help kill these guys
Right.
off next. That's gonna end her turn.
If Samson, if you can take this guy out, I can take this guy out with my action, and then my golem can move here and take out all 3 of those guys.
You see that Samson's like about to reach and grab a battery pack out of his chest, out of his chest rig because his gun's out of ammo. He's like, all right, fine. He's gonna pull out his dagger, or it's actually a bayonet, and he's gonna move over here, and he's gonna stab at this guy.
All right, let's do it.
Melee attack was. Oh, I can actually get sneak attack on this guy because he's between 2 of my teammates. Yay! It's still a +6 because this is a dex weapon. Okay, you're gonna. There we go. 15 to hit. No stunt points. Bummer.
That hits.
That's gonna deal 2d6 slashing damage plus, of course, the extra 2d6 for sneak attack for snickle tickle. Wow. Shit. Shit.
At least
Don't,
you
don't
copy
look at
paste
me.
that.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Ha ha, you suck.
Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Thanks, roll 20. That's really great. That's really nice. 8 points of slashing damage. Fuck this knife. The gun is so much better.
It's dead.
Okay. All right. Okay, where was I? Yes, reloading. He's gonna move back. Actually, no, he's just gonna stay here. That'll end Samson's turn.
All right, Sticks, you're up.
Well, I'm going to take a pot shot at this guy with my lovely pistol. A 14 hits.
Yep.
9 points of energy damage.
Not bad.
Dead.
My golem will take a lovely step forward. Do a 90-degree turn. And then it's going to breathe poison. Ooh.
What's the AoE on
sorry,
that?
Charlie, you will be caught in this.
Oh boy.
15-foot cone.
Okay. All right. If you're gonna go ahead and do that, I'm going to infer her defense. Her defense will tell me that. Her defense is 11, so she has a 1 +1 to Dex. So
It's okay.
let me roll her saving throw, her Dex saving throw. That was Samson. That's supposed to be Charlie. She rolled a 9.
It still fails because the 15.
Mm-hmm. The damage.
She takes 10 points of acid damage. I don't know if that would be reduced by her armor significantly or not. It's 10 points of.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15. So all of the ones that are still alive are hit by this, aren't they?
Yes. Or at least all the ones that we know are still alive get hit by this.
I guess I better do some saving throws, huh?
Yes. Unfortunately, because of the shape of the cone, Samson is not caught in the edge of this.
So it was 10 damage, huh?
Fail, fail, fail. Yeah, all of them take 10 acid damage.
Sticks, what the fuck?
What?
Oh, whoops.
You covered me in acid.
Oh, this is
Oops,
Charlie.
that one has
This is
negative
Charlie
6 armor.
speaking. I can't do female voices. I'm a dude. I have a decently deep voice.
Isn't there a female voice changer setting? I'm just kidding.
God. I'm not gonna do that to Amelia.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I figured we kind of wanted to end this as quickly as possible.
All right. Okay. Like slide little flakes off of her armor.
figure-
Let's see. Yep, that's.
I figure
that's
as long as
all
we
good.
don't end up in combat again before the end of the session, we're all going to heal up from all our injuries anyway.
All right.
And I'll
so you're
personally attend to her
going-
and heal up Charlie.
So Aggie finally speaks up again. She's like, "We should probably go. That's probably not the last of them.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
used to see a lot of them down in the lower levels."
I thought she'd never seen these things before.
I don't know.
I thought we
How
literally
the
asked
grouping
her,
feature
and
sucks.
I thought we literally asked her, and she said she'd never seen them before.
That may be.
From what I can recall, it sounded like she hadn't ever gone down there, or at least she didn't indicate that she had. So I would assume she hadn't seen these before.
Indeed. She's speaks very nervously, but she's like, "We should go. There's probably more of them. There's probably more of them down below."
Charlie's gonna drop concentration on Firewall.
Okay.
I'm going to drop concentration on
grab it.
Dragon's Breath.
So, a question for you, Aggie. You said there are probably more of them down below. What do you know of these things?
Well, like I said, I really don't know these things. They were scary. Even if I was rockish, I didn't want these things near me. They scared me. That's why I stayed out of the lower areas. But there is silence in the halls for the most part. You're not hearing anything out of the ordinary. It's gotten very still again.
Mm-hmm.
Although our music man has taken a moment.
Okay, well, I needed to confirm that combat was over.
Indeed, yes, combat is over now.
Okay, exploration playlist. Life.
Victory. Ta-da. Alright, let's stack these things away nicely. Alright. So yeah, it's all sort of grows quiet again, other than the little bit of sizzling from some of the corpses still, thanks to that acid breath. The water's sort of trickling down from the far side of the pool. It's the only other noise you can really hear. Occasional drip of water along the way, just as it was before. Aggie sort of looks around at you guys. She's like, "Can we go now?"
That sounds like a great idea. Here, let's go, guys.
All right, so you guys start to work your way back out. sort of out into the chamber, not far from where you found her. Oh, there's the one that I was using for counter. She sort of, as you guys sort of approach the main room, you hear Aggie sighs and sort of looks around as you guys enter that main room. She's like, I've been here for so long. It'd be weird going back.
Well, at least we know your grandmother's still out there. She thinks about you.
She turns to look at you and she says, she's still alive?
Yes. She's in the town, actually. She's running the library still. She's got your room just like you left it.
Wait, that old lady?
Yes.
She looks around, she says, I must have been down here longer than I thought.
Oh?
I guess I can see it. People get so much older over time.
It has that effect on people, yes.
Well, not on me. And she looks at her hands. Is there anything left in this place you guys want to look for before you make your way back out into the cavernous space of spook and out into the world?
Does she have the book on her still? Stone book?
She does have the stolen book with her still.
Okay, good.
She kind of has it like tucked under her arm.
Okay.
She looks back and she's like, I took some books. They're still in my room. She sort of
Samson
looks
will
down. She's like,
a nod over to Silverton. Thinking that the book's the one I found earlier.
she's like, I don't really want to go back down there. I kind of want to get out of here.
Did you want us to get the books for you, or do you just want to go?
And she sort of looks around and doesn't really have an answer. She kind of looks down.
Here, tell you what, you stay here. And Samson's going to haul ass with his blistering rogue speed down into the caves, down into that little room, that little hidey hole, and grab the books.
Okay. So, let's see.
It'll take about 12 seconds
Yeah.
to get there.
So you go down back to where the chests are. Give me, just for fun, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Just sort of for as you're going by.
2. 13. Oh, and
Okay.
5 stunt points. Cute. I'm not gonna worry about that.
Yeah, that
Like-
was more a check. That was more a check to sort of like passive perception sort of a thing. Okay, so you get back there. The books are in 2 chests. They're small enough you could stack them on top of each other and carry them back out.
Easy peasy. Let's do it.
Okay. So you carry them back through, and the 2 stone statues are both like looking at you when you come back. They're both on their pedestals, but the one nearest you, you sort of stop and look at it for a second because it's still a little disarming, and its hands are like resting on the hilt of its sword, and it only the hand lifts and moves, and it holds up its hand in like a stop motion.
Sorry? These? Do you want these? Point at the
And it
books.
says nothing.
Samson's gonna take another step forward.
And it doesn't react.
Samson's gonna
Sorry,
like
right.
wave at it. Well, Hello to you too, then. And then he's gonna keep moving.
So you proceed the rest of the way to the room. You notice the other one, as you get close to it, it lifts its hand and holds it up. It's like it's stopped, like, halt or stop or whatever. And then you proceed back up the stairs, and you hear noise from behind you, and they both, because they were like, each were like at one knee sort of a thing, with their blades plunged into the rock. They both start standing up slowly, and then pull their blades out, but they're still standing on top of their pedestals, but they're clearly not attached to them. They do this very slowly and deliberately.
Samson's gonna activate his active camouflage and turn invisible with the books in his hands.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the 2 chests of books can still be seen, but I'm not.
Technically
how that
speaking,
works.
what I'm
Generally,
holding.
it would hide everything that you're wearing or carrying.
Yes, I did that because I wanted to avoid ambiguity of like, does it make my gun invisible, my knife, or whatever. So whatever I'm carrying
you're
is
right.
too.
That makes sense. You're right. Okay.
You can figure it's like Samson's cloak, and he's like stretching it over top of them or whatever, and that's making it invisible.
Okay. So they finish standing up, and they one of them walks back to the steps leading down to that red power source thing and turns facing away from it. You're looking out into the room. The other one actually takes to the stairs and is walking towards where you are.
I'm gonna keep moving.
It gets to where you were standing and looks down both hallways, and then it turns back and walks back away.
Fuck you, you dumb bitch. And then Samson's gonna go and go the rest of the way. Regroup with the team.
All right.
And then when Samson gets up to Aggie, he's going to slightly creepily almost like sort of like stick the books out such that they like exit the active camouflage. So it's just like these boxes of books just floating in front of her.
She sort of like jumps, and the Fangsy like rears its head up and like high and mighty and sort of tilts his head back away from where it is. And is like watching very intently.
Hey, it's just me. Just me, okay? I got the books for you. Like I said I would. Just kind of hiding right now. The statues, they didn't really like that I did this, but I don't really care what they think.
She's like, yeah, they were kind of scary. I thought they were looking at me. They didn't ever do that before.
They were looking at me, and they, one of them tried to follow me. You know, I think I really do want to get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do that. And also, when you first were like, it's okay, I got the books for you, before you comment on the statue part, she like pets Fangsy, trying to like, it's okay, it's just him, calm down. And then you guys are proceed on your way back out of this weird area. I'm gonna drag the whole party over here. When you guys get back to this main room, more or less, this trapdoor that was here is like off its hinges and is laying nearby, as well as like the edges, like the frame that was around it in the stone is all like chipped up and cracked and broken. The runes that were on the ground are dark. They're not illuminated anymore. You look down, and if you glance down in the hole, it's very quiet, but it's also like pitch black.
Silverton, do you think that this was tied to that necklace? It'd be like a...
Who fucking knows?
Yeah. At this point, whatever it is, it's gone. Let's just get out of here. Keep going.
I like that plan.
So you guys exit this within underground section and emerge back out. Let me have that image still. Let's see. Might be able to chuck it in just directly in there so you guys can all see it on the board. Hopefully. Let's see here. Ah, there it is. I'm like, where'd it go?
Man, Roll20 needs a
Drop
dark
that
mode.
in there.
It really does.
Yeah, it's
so
blinding.
ugly.
So this is a big image, so give it just a moment to upload.
I'll give
here.
it 30 seconds.
Oh, I can't do anything while it's uploading. It's like, just hang on. This may take a few minutes, depending on the speed of your connection. Please wait. Wow.
See that we're going at Roll20
There
speed.
we go.
Ah, there we go.
Hello. Still rendering, but
Oh,
it's
look
here.
at that. The fog of war.
Yeah, it's behind the fog of war, so there's just random black chunks all over it.
Kind of like funky
conveniently-
sensor bars.
Yeah, conveniently, I can hide this part if I want to.
Nice.
Yeah, because I
That's
never got
true,
around
you
to
can.
editing that out. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you guys exit back out over here and make your way past the spire. It's still not illuminated, just like it wasn't before. There's dim light glowing from the structures. Like nothing has really changed here. It's very quiet. Working your way further out, you cross the bridge back into the hidden entrances. You can either make a new hole, or you can go back up on top of the cliff's side and get back out through the way you came.
I think it makes the most sense to avoid adding additional exits, just in case there are more of those weird fucking cannibal creatures. So why don't we head out the way we came in?
Works for me. I'll go first since, visible. I'll check and see if there's anyone trying to get us.
And Samson will go ahead up the tunnel to the surface and take a look around once he gets out.
All right. Perception check would be in order, I believe.
Alrighty. Hey, that's not bad. 4 stunt points. Yeah, I'll use that for enemy spotted. No brainer. 4 stunt points. Any enemies 90 feet of the hole.
So one thing we never actually got back to was whether you collected your drone or if it stayed out there. So on the theory that it stayed out there, using it and yourself, there's been no presence detected. You have like a few seconds of videos like motion detected, and it was just a deer. Or,
Yeah, I
other
figured since I
native
didn't collect it
creatures.
that it was still out there flying around. I'll reach up my hand, grab it, and put it back on my weapon, my gear. And then I'll...
Yeah, so nothing detected in the immediate vicinity of where you entered. A further investigation over the edge of the cliffside and such. The stone statue that was there that is gone is still gone. There's nothing out of the ordinary that you can see. You guys went in that morning, and it's been a little while. It's somewhere past noon at this point, probably.
All right, Samson's gonna go back over to the hole.
All right, we're clear. Come on up.
All right, we will follow.
All right, so back to town from here, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
and
while-
probably straight to the bookshop.
Yeah, and all the while I want to watch Fangsy and Aggie and see if anything happens to them the farther we get away from this place.
Okay. At the very least, out in the sunlight, you think about it again. I better keep an eye on them. They don't look like they've got glowing orange eyes anymore. There's not. They're not as pale as they were when you first met them. So, not nearly as spooky as in the image here. I clicked show to players. Hopefully, it actually did it.
Yeah, it did.
Samson's gonna remove his cloaking.
So how do we want to handle the whole giant snake monster entering Frontier Town thing?
That is a
She
good
like squeezes
point.
him tight. He's not a monster.
Sorry. How do we want to? What I mean to say is, for the non-humanoid among us, how do we want to handle, going into town full of afraid, potentially bigoted townsfolk?
I think that
Yeah,
perhaps
I guess he would be scary.
Yeah, the safest choice would probably be to have him hang out a little ways outside of town. Perhaps we can help you find a nice cozy spot for him to set up camp, so to speak, and then you can then live with him, live with your grandmother, whatever you end up deciding to do.
I don't want him to be afraid and lonely.
Looking at Fangzy, is he like kind of protective over Aggie? Like, is he like on her like white on rice, or is he like more chill?
I mean, she's riding on him, but he seems very accommodating of the fact that, like, she's holding on to him, and he's like, he moves gently, like in an effort to not like knock her off or have her come off. She definitely seems to have a handle on him in terms of she did calm him down when you appeared in like surprise. She seems to know him fairly well. Seems to be good friends with him. Whatever intelligence he may or may not have.
Out of character, I showed my mom our tabletop series, and she likes Aggie and Fangzy.
Nice.
I think Fangzy might be. I think he's a tough guy. I mean, I don't know him very long, but I think he might be able to fend for himself for a little bit, just so that way we can go into town and make introductions.
But what if he eats someone? I mean, I tried to teach him not to.
That is a good point. Maybe it might just be better just to deal with the townfolk, Maybe are we that persuasive? I like to think that I'm the devilishly handsome bastard I am, that I might be able to stir the townsfolk. I think they'll believe me, right?
Yeah, we could try and pass him off as the town deity or something like that.
I mean,
Guardian deity.
I don't know that their town deity would be Basilisk, though.
Yeah, but he doesn't turn things to stone anymore.
The locals may be stupid,
We don't
but I
know
don't think
that.
they're that stupid. I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, you'll be surprised how stupid people are. Turn to Aggie. It doesn't turn things to stone anymore, does he?
Well, I don't know, but he's been so quiet since you destroyed the necklace.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I haven't heard him say anything. Well, not say. He doesn't speak. I'd still like to think I know what he's thinking. She looks at him. He sort of tilts his head to one side, like looks back at her.
Looks like you two
Kinda
still
gives
have a
him
connection.
pat.
You're not as strong as it was before, but you two are probably good friends. So, Silverton, what's the angle
You
here?
think?
Just take him in? Deal with the townsfolk?
Into town?
Yes.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Well, what are we going to do? She's a kid, and it looks like they're an item. Not like that. Sorry. They come as a package deal. As much as I don't like it, Silverton, I think...
But he's gonna get closer to Silverton for this.
What's gonna happen with the basilisk if the girl isn't around it? I'm afraid it might start killing people.
I'm going to take this opportunity as you make that comment. Or here, no, you reply first, actually. Let's do your thing.
What's gonna happen to it? when she inevitably mentions that it exists to one of the townsfolk.
Think they're going to just want to kill it?
Of course they will. Here's the thing. Were she not such good friends with it, I would have killed the thing. It's a dangerous creature. It really can't be this close to civilization. But of course, the problem is, now she's a regular girl again.
What are you saying here, Silverton? What are we going to do then? What, are we going to kill it?
I'm gonna take Charlie's voice for a moment because she's not here
Mhm.
and I can. And here's another voice for you. She walks up to Aggie, and she looks at Aggie and then looks at Fangsy and sort of just reaches her hand out towards Fangsy, not to touch him, but just sort of like out there. And Fangsy sort of looks at her for a minute, and then moves his head a little bit closer and just touches like one of her fingers, just the outstretched finger. And she puts her hand back down and just looks at him, and he sort of raises back up. He's like almost twice the height of you guys when he's fully deployed in his snake height. He's got lots of snake behind him. He's fairly long. And Charlie says, "What about the adventurers that were there? Because, I mean, obviously we feel a little more comfortable with Fangsy because we know him, but do you think that adventuring group that came in, the ones that were supposed to, I don't know, are they mercenaries, whoever they were, hired to bring those people, the musicians, in the first place? I
I
mean,
mean, Liz and the others?
yeah. What if we, like, talk to Vaughn, the captain, or I think he's the leader, could see if they could keep an eye on it, maybe help with the transition if we did show it to the town? They might feel safer if there were some people who were stuck around for a while to make sure that everything was okay."
Yeah, if we had time, we could try to disguise it. Maybe we could build it some armor or something, make it look like a golem. Pass it off as a giant snake golem that I gave to the girl for some reason.
I don't think that's going to be a viable long-term solution.
The issue I have with that is that long term, like once we leave, I guarantee that at some point the metaphorical mask isn't going to slip, and then we're right back to where we were.
We're going to do a
Look,
solution. It has to be the snake as it is.
If you all think that you can help integrate it into the town, great. But I think it's a terrible idea. I think it needs to not be within a day of civilization. And if you're going to try and integrate it, I won't be part of that. Can't have that on my conscience.
So, you guys are kind of talking to one another. I would assume you're like headed towards town a little bit, slowly. You've got a ways to go before you get there. Sort of stopped, maybe started talking about this. There's a deer that walks through the, like comes out from some trees in front of you guys. Like immediately like looks over at you guys, ears up. The Fangsy's also noticed it and is looking at it. Sort of lowers his head a little bit. It's watching. They're just, everybody's kind of quiet and watching each other. And then the deer, doesn't break doesn't break its attention on you guys, but it walks. After a few moments, it walks back into the trees again, nice and slowly, watching cautiously the whole time, and then it's gone. And Aggie looks at it, looks up at Fangsy, and she's like, "Can't you do it?" And this Snakes has watched the deer leave and just sort of stares at the last place the deer was, just looking that direction, and then sort of turns back to look across the rest of you guys.
And we've kind of been discussing this amongst ourselves, but shouldn't we ask Aggie what she thinks we should do with this thing? Because maybe she doesn't need it to go with her to town. Maybe we could let it go and be a wild animal again. Just explore the forest.
Well, I think we
She
already
looks at
asked her that
Fangji.
question.
She's like, he's been my friend a long time. I wandered down here so long ago. It was cold and I got lost. I was scared. I should never have gone down there. But then I met Fangzi and he scared me too. But he didn't seem to want to hurt me. I didn't know that. I ran away from him. That's when I found the necklace. But he never tried to hurt me. And after I figured out that I could, well, walk through walls, we sort of got closer over time, I guess. And she looks back up at Fangzi and just, like turns slightly so it's like making eye contact more so with her. But then when she looks away, it just looks back at the rest of you guys. I don't know. I went with him. The stone tasted good when he turned things into stone. I know that sounds weird. There's nothing quite like eating rock. I still have all my teeth, and she like smiles so you can see all her teeth look fine. I don't know. I taught him not to go near the town. I stopped him from getting somebody once. That was a long time ago too. There's some traveler, I think. Tried to tell him not to be afraid, but of course he ran away screaming. But I didn't let Fangzi get him. I think he understood. Maybe he recognized that he was like me. But I gotta show him he's good, like you guys did, to the townspeople, if they're gonna not be scared of him. She sort of looks around at you guys, and she's like, I don't know a whole lot. I wasn't able to learn very much down there. She's not really sure what else to say. She's kind of looks back at Fangzi and sort of rubs the side of his neck. I don't know how much neck a snake has, but
It's probably mostly neck.
Yeah,
probably.
neck
Yeah,
creature.
it's a head and then a neck, and then like the last half an inch is tail.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not how it actually works, but whatever.
She's like, wait, you said my grandma was still around, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember her. She was always nice. Good lord. I don't know how much of that you can hear, but they're doing something loud in the other room. Sorry. She looks around the forest and she says, I know my way around here pretty well, but I don't want to be alone. I don't really know what to eat around here. What's safe? I don't know. She says, maybe my grandma would know.
Maybe you could find a place for yourself out here, and then he can help you out from time to time. Maybe we could have Liz, the adventurers in town. Maybe they could help out.
That way the townspeople wouldn't be afraid if they didn't see us.
Out of sight, out of mind. Silverton, what say you? I know you're obstinate on the whole not near the city thing, but we need a solution here. We need some kind of plan. We need to do something.
Do what you want. As I said, I won't be a part of it, but I won't stop you.
All right, whatever.
I'm trying to, like, give Charlie a voice here because I feel like she would be fairly adamant from what I know of her, but I don't know. I do not know. I would think that to some extent she would be a voice of reason in that if she can be with her grandma again, she can learn how things work. Maybe her grandmother can decide or help make that decision. It is her granddaughter, not ours.
I
But
think
if
that's worth
they
exploring.
could live, if they live out here, or at least if Fangsy does, and she either comes to visit all the time during the day, or I don't know if they built a place out here. I don't know, the other adventure group might help with that too. Maybe it's better if the townspeople don't know. If they ever found out, that would be a mess.
Indeed. As much as I don't like doing this, I think somebody needs to stay behind and keep an eye on the snake. I can stay here with Aggie and Fangsy. Charlie, if you could go into the town, maybe talk to the old woman, maybe talk to Liz and the adventuring party. Just try and get them to come out here, just so that way we can touch base with them.
So I have an out-of-character logistical question here. I honestly didn't think I didn't think about this particular situation that hard, but this is a kind of a tough situation. It's only like 8:20. Do we want to proceed with this forward? Should we see if we can get another voice in here?
I
I don't
don't.
know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm having such a hard time, just like the rest of you. It's like, I don't know. What do we do?
I kind of want to get to a long rest before we stop. I'm sick of. I want this day to end already.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
I don't know. I feel like this is a decent narrative place to stop.
Okay.
Let's reincarnate Charlie again here. Do we have to decide right now? Do we have to decide right this second? Maybe we can think about it.
The kid needs
Think
somewhere
about
to
some people
sleep,
we could
Charlie.
tell.
The kid needs to sleep somewhere. She's still a child, no matter how old she is. And it's still a snake, and they don't have the telepathic bond. They aren't being protected by magic enchantments. They need somewhere to be. We need to solve this now.
Well, you were
Listen,
thinking of staying with them, right? What if we got stuff with us? We could camp out here tonight, away from the town.
Alright, but it's just going to push this decision off to the morning. I'll work on setting up camp.
Let's see, I think you guys would take your adventuring stuff with you so you'd have your beds and things alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never know how long you'll be.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least one of us can go into town and grab it or whatever. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Samson's going to approach Silverton.
I'm sorry if I got a little bit curt with you back there. However, there is one more act of business to attend to. if you would you be willing to do a debrief on what happened back there in the caves? I didn't catch everything, and I think you may have the other parts of the picture here, just so I can, make sure I get things right.
Yeah, no problem.
And so over the next couple of minutes, Samson's just gonna ask a couple of things, like the things he said to Fangzi and stuff, things that whatever happened at the bookstore when they left and all that, and then it'll get to the point.
And then,
so that you can craft your after-action report properly.
Yeah. And then the part that I'd like to hear in person is.
And then it seemed like some kind of presence took control of the girl and the snake, and the entity there identified you as its brother. Do you know the identity of this entity, this individual that was controlling them?
Yes, I believe that was my older brother.
Your older brother? And do you have any idea of how your brother was able to exert this control over them?
Probably because of his dabbling in chaos magic. He's the reason I joined the Order.
Really? You haven't mentioned that to me before, right? I think I would have remembered that.
No, I had kind of hoped that it wouldn't come up.
I see. Do you happen to know of your brother's whereabouts? Current activities?
If I did, I'd be there slitting his throat instead of here.
Okay. Noted. And about how long ago was it the last time you spoke with him?
Years.
Okay. Thank you. And then I just wanted to talk to you about anti-magic and some of that technique there.
And then that'll just fade off into magical jargon talk and stuff like that.
Okay. So any other commentary directly related to this stuff before we cease our recording, at least?
No,
Nah.
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna do some homework and give you guys some more backstory stuff by next week, I'm hoping, now that I kind of have the road ahead figured out. Yeah, so your job is to make your pros and cons list, or whatever you want to do to try and come up what to do in this situation, including those of you at home.
Yes,
Jake?
all of our lovely viewers out there, make sure to leave your comments in the YouTube video and let us know how you all think the series is going. All of our 2 fans that I know are watching this. Thank y'all for tuning in. And we will see you all next week on the next installment of Titansgrave, Chapter 2.